Hello, everyone. Welcome to My Story 100. My name is Frema, and today's Still Here story continues. Chapter 4 is titled Nowhere to Belong. At first, what seems like hope, but hope can be cruel. By the second day, Ya realized no one in the compound remembered her. The old women squinted, shook their heads, and said they didn't know Maxwell's daughter. The men shrugged, too busy with their own lives to care about a thin girl who spoke with half familiar words. Even the name she carried, her father's, was met with silence. When she begged for food, people turned away. Go to your family, they said. Why are you roaming the street? But she had no family here. Wa spoke in tones that Ya's tongue struggled over. In Accra, at least, she could beg in tree and someone might drop a coin into her hands. Here, her words made strangers laugh or frown. They did not understand her hunger. The first night she curled up near the station, her stomach knotted so tight she couldn't sleep. She thought of Accra Street, hard, dangerous, cruel, but at least there, the food sellers sometimes spare a banana, the driver sometimes toss a coin. Here, even water felt like charity no one wanted to give. On the fourth day, she went back to the war station to look for the driver who had brought her. Maybe he could take her back. But the rolls of tro-tro came and went, new faces, new drivers. No sign of him. She waited 6 days. Each night colder, each night hungrier. Each time she asked, someone said, I don't know him. By the end of the week, her ribs pressed against her skin, and her throat aches from asking and receiving nothing. One evening, she saw a boy not much older than her grabbing food scraps from the bin. When she reached for them too, he pushed her hard to the ground. Her knee bled, but worse was the shame. In Accra, the children had learned to share. Here, survival was sharp and lonely. Yas sat on the curb outside a provision shop, dizzy from hunger, her eyes too dry to cry. She whispered to herself, Accra was better. At least Accra gave me something. By the 10th day in a while, Yas stopped asking for her father. She stopped asking for anyone at all. With nothing left, she made the only choice she could. She climbed into the back of a trotro heading south. No money, no food, only the small cloth bag she had carried from Accra. When the maid demanded fare, she stayed silent, braced for a slap. Instead, a woman with a baby tied to her back sighed and paid for her. The road stretched on, red dust rising in the clouds, carrying her away from the town that has forgotten her name. When the trotro finally pulled into Accra, the noise and the chaos wrapped her like an old bitter friend. Home was nowhere, but if survival had a place, it was here. That's the end of today's chapter. Ya's journey is far from over. Follow at My Story 100 on TikTok or subscribe to my YouTube channel, My Story 100 Finding Voices, so you don't miss the next chapter 5, A Kind Face in the Crowd.